So what if you found a hole in the ground and suddenly you looked in and you reached around and you found some weird ooey gooey sticky stuff? Would you eat it? Because the people in this movie, they ate it. And it's got some pretty wild side effects. But I'm really interested to talk about this one, guys, so let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review and an unboxing with all the features and everything that's included in this release of the Dark Arts Entertainment. This is a company that's run by Brian Yuzna and John Penny. Great talent that have been putting out movies for a while, have teamed up to put out cool movies for us to see. Terror Firma, which is a ultra low budget film with a really high concept, and I cannot wait to talk to you about this film. So I'm going to tell you what I think of this film first with my spoiler-free review, and then we'll get into all the extras and all the details and everything like that afterwards. Timestamps are down below. Let's get into it. So yeah, I first heard that Dark Arts Entertainment was going to be a thing, and it's Brian Yuzna, who has been a director for God knows how long, and one of my favorite directors in the H.P. Lovecraft horror section especially, like Stuart Gordon, and you know, he's worked with all the greats. Yuzna doing Society, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Necronomicon, Dolls. John Penny also working on Hellgate, written for Return of the Living Dead 3, The Kindred, and more. So we got some pretty big talent, and they're obviously scouting out some young talent now. And they found Terra Firma, which I gotta say, I really like this movie. So what is it all about? Well, this is a story about a young girl named Lola who has to stay with her brother, who lives with a very creepy roommate in downtown Los Angeles, and things are going crazy in the world. There's some sort of event that's happened where everybody is quarantined into their homes. They're getting packages sent to their house once a week, and one day when their first package shows up of all these wonderful foods, there's a packet of seeds in there. Weird, unlabeled, and Lola doesn't know what to think of it, but she's drawn to it. She buries a couple, and in the morning they come back. There's a huge hole with a bunch of weird, ooey, gooey nastiness, sludge, if you will, in the ground. And these guys eat it. Which, you know, don't do that. Don't eat things out of the ground. Well, I mean, they do make a point in the film. They're like, well, everything we eat is pretty much grown out of the ground, and that's as organic as you can get. So yeah, they eat it. They start tripping balls, and the world starts changing all around them, and they start seeing things that aren't there, or are they? This is a high concept film on a very ultra low budget. The director of this movie has a go out there and get it done with what you got mentality, and I gotta say, he's pretty good. He also wrote and directed this film, and I think the story is actually pretty engaging. I don't think at one point in time ever that I was watching this film that I wasn't engaged. Keep in mind, I like mind-altering kind of movies, things that change dimensions and people tripping and things like that anyway, so this is kind of like my bread and butter, but it's still very engaging. Now, the dialogue isn't super amazing. It's just regular people being put into an irregular situation. Beyond irregular. Where they go with it and all the different elements that are in the film, with Cage being this like really weird, awkward guy who just feels like gives you those bad vibes, and her brother who she hasn't seen in forever, and Lola being in a situation where she can't leave. It just adds all the elements together into this one big swirling pile of ultra low budget, high level storytelling in a very small indie film that's really good. I'm really impressed with it. The acting wasn't particularly stellar. There wasn't a shit ton of extreme practical effects or anything in here, but what they did with so little is probably one of the most inspiring things I've seen in a film in a while. And if this movie doesn't inspire you to go out and think about how to make a film and make it engaging like this one, I don't know what movie will. Now, clearly, this is not a mainstream budget, so there's going to be people out there that are very particular about what movies they watch. But I think if you're the type of person that likes a really good story, it has engaging elements in it, you'll want to watch from start to finish. You'll give a benefit of the doubt to some of its minor flaws of being a low budget film. I think you might like this film because the concept itself is just really entertaining. And I like the mystery of it. It doesn't need to make 100% sense to me. I just want to go on a trip, man. Metaphorically, physically, in another dimension, I don't care. I just want to go on a ride, man. So I have to give my hat off to this one. I really enjoyed it. It's not going to be the best movie of the year, but it is definitely one that people should give a shot. Now, I'm sure there's some of you out there that have such high standards that a movie like this is just not even on your radar, and that's fine. That's your personal preference. I have no problem with that. But this is for people who have an imagination, who are creative and want to get outside the box stuff that you can't see in the mainstream. And that's why I love, as a horror fan, digging through piles to find all these little rough around the edges gems. It's what really drives my passion. It's what I love about movies in general. Just taking yourself to another world. I don't need it all spelled out for me. I just need something to fire my engines up. You know what I mean? And as long as they do it well, all systems go, buddy. And I think this guy has something. I think he's got some talent here. And I kind of wonder, you know, is this the case of he should stay with no money? Which sucks because it's like, no, he should have money. But I'd like to see more films like this with like a high concept, just using camera tricks and using different techniques to really make the film work. Now, they do use some special effects or visual effects in this movie. He said it was the only thing that he had to like send out to like get somebody to do because he couldn't do it himself. But you'll be surprised, there really isn't that much of a heavy effects done on it. And it really kind of works with this film in a way that you don't need so much. Anyway, I really admire the shit out of it, and I really think that you guys should check it out and give it the benefit of the doubt. 2 versions on the disc. There's the regular version and then the director's cut extended version. I watched the extended version. I highly recommend that you do too. There's some extra scenes involving hallucinogens, so definitely take part in that. Anyway, this is coming out on Blu-ray and DVD. It's available for you to pick up, and it's super cheap. And I honestly think this guy deserves your money. And if you're an indie film collector, get it. I would give this at least a 7.5. Honestly, for as low budget this is, it's kind of reminding me of the Hostile Dimensions movie that I just reviewed and how ingenious they were about that. But this is in one house, and it's almost more impressive in some ways. Congratulations on the film. I really enjoyed it. I hope other people see the magic in it too. And I hope to see more films from you in the future. So let me know, because I'll be down to check it out. And now we're going to get into all the features and all the goodies and everything that's involved in this release. And we'll get into that right now. So yeah, we got the cover here. It says, "Let the Madness Blossom." And at the top, a film by Jake McPherson. Which at first I was like, is this the McPherson tapes? The guy that did the like alien found footage film that everybody like, you know, was like one of the earlier found footage films. But no, this is completely different. I got confused a little bit. Here's the side and the back. Apparently this won a lot of different awards, and I can see why, because it really is a very inspiring film. Now on the inside, you just get the disc. There is no reversible cover or anything. But I'll be honest, man, like just the fact that they were able to get this on Blu-ray is a huge feat, and is very hard for a lot of independent movie makers to get their films just on Blu-ray these days. And not only do they have it on Blu-ray, they get it on DVD too. So whatever meets your price, go out and support it. And now we'll go over some of the bonus materials, the features on here. There's a director's commentary with the director, Jake, a really good kind of background to check out once you've seen the film, because I guarantee you're going to have questions about it, and he kind of explains sort of how they did it and, you know, why they do it. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was definitely interesting, and I learned a few things about the film. Now, as I mentioned, they do have the extended director's cut on here, which is what I watched, and it's like 5 minutes more or something like that. Honestly, I think it helped out the movie a little bit, although I can see why they cut it out. Why would someone do that? Sort of logic breaking in some ways, but I didn't think it was that bad. There's a behind the scenes photo gallery and then optional English subtitles that are only for the main feature, not the extended cut. And then you get the theatrical trailer on this release. Now, if you want to pick this up, it is on Blu-ray or DVD. You can pick it up on Amazon, Diabolic DVD, MVD Entertainment. Diabolic does not have the DVD version, so you have to pick it up at MVD or Amazon in that case, but I'll have all the links down below that'll lead you to the landing page for the 2 movies, if there is 2, or just the Blu-ray if it's not. So, but yeah, thank you so much, MVD Entertainment, and of course, Dark Arts Entertainment, and Jake McPherson and everybody for allowing me to check out your movie. I really appreciate it. It is interesting to see what people can come up with on so little, and I really appreciate that kind of logic and that being able to come up with something from nothing, just using your own creativity and what you have around you is an art. But what do you think? Do you like movies like this? Do you like independent films as long as they are interesting and engaging? Tell me what you think about indie films, and if you'd be interested in checking out this film in the comment section down below. Maybe even films that you think are worthy of seeing. I would love to have a bunch of comments about movies I should check out that maybe people don't know about, because that's what this is all about for me. Thank you guys so much for taking your time to watch this video and check it out. I hope you take the opportunity to check it out for yourself and pick up a copy for yourself. But thanks for coming by, and as always, long live the void.